So for decoy test number 2, we wanted to test the integrity of the plastic after it's been subjected to 0 degrees in a deep freeze for 24 hours. A lot of the hunting that you and I do is in sub-freezing temperatures. If we're hunting water, it's only a matter of time before that decoy starts to accumulate ice in it below freezing temperatures. And a lot of times what we will do, we'll see if you do the same thing, we're gonna find any large heavy object that we can grab a hold of. We're going to hit that decoy to break the ice off, set it back in the water, go back to hunting. In the next 15, 20, maybe an hour, you're gonna have to do it again. When that plastic gets cold, it gets brittle. You hit it with a heavy object, there's a chance that it's gonna break. So that's what we're trying to replicate here in the backyard. Put these decoys in the freezer for 24 hours. It's 0 degrees inside that freezer. We're gonna pull them out one at a time so that the second, third, and so forth don't have a chance to warm up. We're gonna hit them with a 2x4, see how they withstand it. So the DOA, not an issue. It's cold, it's brittle, got hit with a 2x4, just like before it started. And like we've said in all these tests, the Avians they're soft decoy. You can compress it. And definitely a different thud when this one got hit. It absorbed it. Decoys just like new after getting hit with a 2x4. You look at the Avery and it looks fine. There's no cracks, but right here was the impact on the right side. I held it by the bill, hit it right there, and you can now compress right there. You cannot compress the other side. So where it got hit is definitely a lot weaker. It's indented, and I don't know that you could work it back out. So no breaks, no shattering, but a definite battle scar. As soon as I hit that one, you could tell keel went flying off. Pretty much clean break right there on the edge where it connects. Definitely 0 degrees of freezer. Made that one brittle. The Higden, after getting hit with a 2x4. Looks good. If you look right, I gotta find it again. Right here. Just a hairline crack after getting hit with a 2x4 sitting in a freezer for 24 hours. You could see the piece go flying off the hardcore when it got hit. Had a blowout on the bottom. It's got a couple cracks coming up the side here. Another couple cracks up here towards the top of the decoy. So last week we ran the first decoy test video and there were a ton of comments on why did you not include Dakotas? And I tried to answer all of them that I could. When we started that 90-day test on the pond, the Dakota dabblers were not out yet. We wanted to keep all the decoys the same. All Dakota offered were flocked-headed decoys. So we didn't include them in that. I wasn't planning on including them in the second 2 tests, but since there were so many comments, I went ahead and ordered the dabblers. Here is one of them right here. You see they've got that unique keel design. It's cut into the base of the decoy. We're gonna hit it with a 2x4, add it into the back side of this video since it's already been edited and was ready to go. We're gonna include this one in it. Let's see how it works. So that was the Dakota being hit by a 2x4 after spending 24 hours in a freezer, and upon first inspection, it looks all right. If you look at the bottom, the keel cracked apart from the base of the decoy. Now I'll try to show you as best I can, and you could see it because it landed bottom up. And you can see barely still attached. There was some sand sitting in there. It didn't fall completely off. But it definitely, if you were to put this decoy in the water, it might take on some water. So that is the conclusion of decoy test number 2. Some fared well, some not so much. We wanted to put them through a test that showed how well they can withstand cold temperatures, because you and I, when it gets cold, that's when we're gonna wanna do the most hunting. That plastic gets brittle when it's subjected to 0 degrees, 5, 10 degrees. That's why we stuck them in the freezer. Give them a little hit with a 2x4, see how they withstand it. Thanks for watching this week's decoy test video, which is also our Waterfowl Wednesday video. Be sure to look down in the description. You can find decoy test number 1. Next week, we're gonna have our 3rd and final test. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and share our video. We'll see you next week.